Hello, welcome back to my channel. All right, as always, we're going to dive right in. Spirit messages you have for the collective, for the highest grace, good messages of confirmation, clarification, guidance, and reassurance. Very nice. We have King of Pentacles energy. This is rich boss energy. And then I'll take this one here, Nine of Wands. Okay. Whoa. Five of Wands. Not gauging if this is your energy or not yet. That's nice. I always like this one. Ten of Pentacles. Ooh. High Priestess. You might be in a place right now in your life where you're really having to fight for, not physically fight, but like really fight or push for something, like something regarding money, something regarding finances, abundance, but also just security. There's something that I think you're trying to work towards attaining here. And I feel like you're in a place right now where you're really having to like push for something or fight for something. Like fight for something that you know is yours. It could just be that, what is that saying, is like, or it's not really saying, it's just an understanding, like it's your birthright to receive, it's your birthright to be abundant. Like I feel like there's something here where you might be really trying to step into this, like embody this belief by working hard or like fighting for that abundance in your life. And I don't mean like you have to be, elbowing like your way into riches or like putting in like endless hours, but there is something here where I feel like you're having to really like push for something that is abundant by nature, like building your wealth, building success, and just like knowing that it's your birthright to have that, to be in that energy. It's like, I think that there's a level of kind of fatigue, and I don't think it's like physical. I just think it's like this, there's a little bit of a fatigue here, or like, I'm gonna say exhaustion, but like, I think you're kind of wearing yourself out in the process of working really hard. But also I think that there's a lot of changes here in just your knowing that you deserve this. Maybe this is an energy that you're not really used to or have really embodied before. We have the World. Three of Wands. I just heard like What Was I Made For? I know that's that song by Billie Eilish. What Was I Made For? This could be a mindset shift, but instead of it just being all mental, like all you're not just doing just the inner work, you're actually trying to apply and integrate, like implement certain actions, changes that and behaviors that actually demonstrate your understanding of like who you are and what you're deserving of. It's like, it's definitely more of a hands-on kind of energy. You're actually taking the action that represents or like demonstrates your knowing and understanding of your abundant nature, like who you are. Like there's no number you can put on your value or your worth. And instead of it just being this all internal work that you're doing, you just know. And so you're applying certain actions, you're taking actions, you're applying certain things, you're implementing certain behaviors and strategies or whatever. You're doing something physically, actionably that's demonstrating your knowing of your worth, which is infinite. Your value is infinite. I think that you could be, okay, real quick. Knight of Wands. It's possible that you could be having like an egoic battle with yourself about what you need to do, the actions that you have to take. Like you could be saying like, oh, I should be doing these things. I need to be doing these things. And really it's just, I want to be doing those things because they feel good to me. Instead of it being like shoulds or have tos, or it's like more of like want tos because it feels good and get to because I can kind of deal. It's like a difference in how you approach something. We have 5 of Pentacles. Let me get one more. Okay, well, I guess that's a lot. I'm going to take this one here. 5 of Swords. I think that you are having like an internal battle with yourself around, you understand intellectually your worth and your value. You really integrated that belief, and now you're just trying to take action towards showing, demonstrating that belief by actually doing the things. It's like someone who's like, you know, it's someone who preaches something, who teaches something. You know, it's like a fitness trainer. Well, if someone says they are this, they're a fitness trainer, and then they don't look like they do fitness. It's like, how believable is that? Do you follow what you preach? Do you actually apply? Now, obviously, new fitness trainers can be like getting into it and, you know, whatever. But if you don't really represent what you really truly believe, and you live, breathe, and eat it, it's like, how believable is that? Do you believe it yourself? So it's like someone here, that's what I'm getting, is you have the internal knowing now. You actually, it's not just an intellectual thought, it's a core belief that you're integrating, but you're just trying to really change the narrative here on how you approach taking action in your life that demonstrates your knowingness of this inherent value and worth that you have, and knowing what you deserve. And I think that you are having some egoic battles with yourself around what actions you're supposed to take, how you're supposed to show up, kind of what it's supposed to look like, which doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter how it is done, as long as you actually demonstrate, like, you want to be a millionaire? What are millionaires doing in their lives? You want to be, you know, an entrepreneur? What do you think an entrepreneur does every day? Like, what do you think that day looks like? Are they waking up earlier? They have their routine in the morning. They take care of themselves, and then they time block. Like, whatever it is, it doesn't even matter. It's not what anyone else says success looks like. It's what does it look like for you? What do you think someone with a level of success and abundance in their life who's really achieved a lot, what do you think that they do in their day? So it's really putting into practice what you believe and what you say you are. I think that while you're trying to embody and have those core beliefs around, you know, your value and your worth and what you're deserving of in terms of like financial abundance in particular, you still have this like how abundant am I? Like, I don't really know, and it doesn't really feel like I am abundant. It doesn't really feel like I'm winning. You know, it's more of a what it looks like to you versus what it feels like. Embodying this energy has a lot more to do with what it feels like than what it looks like. You could be the richest person in the world and drive like a Ford Focus, like car. Like, you don't have to drive anything fancy. It doesn't matter. It's just, what does abundance feel like to you? And I think that that's what you're going through right now, is this really big transition and change in how you look at money, how your relationship to money. I think that there's a big change here in terms of your relationship to money. It's not just you have to put out so much energy in order to receive something. Energy or money is just energy, And I think that that's something that you're really learning. And I really do feel like you're kind of like, I keep doing this because I feel like you are having a battle with yourself in your mind about the actions that you should, need, would, shoulda, woulda, coulda kind of thing. The actions that you would take versus what do you want to do, what feels good to you, and do it because you get to, not because you have to, not because you should, not because you need to, but because you want to. Now, take into consideration the fact that there are some things we have to do, some things we need to do when there are obligations involved, responsibilities, obviously, but like things that are driving you forward and like helping you progress, there are things that you don't have to do in order to move. Like if you don't want to move forward, you don't have to take certain action. If you don't want to achieve certain things, you don't have to do anything. It's how you approach it. You're really changing the narrative here on how you speak to yourself, how you perceive abundance, what does that feel like versus what it looks like. Abundance doesn't fucking look like anything. People can say abundance looks like a big ass house in California and Hollywood and a big Ferrari, whatever. You can achieve material abundance simply because you are abundant by nature, or because you build that wealth, but it doesn't mean that you have to have those things to be abundant. You can just still feel abundant. So there's definitely a money mindset change here happening. How you look at money, how you perceive it, your relationship to money is really changing. You might be really feeling really hard on yourself. Like you might be critical of yourself or like being harsh on yourself on how you're taking action, how you're showing up, just based on what you're experiencing in your mind. But I just don't feel like you're not doing anything wrong, and it's not like you're not taking action. Whatever it is you're trying to take action to, if you're just trying to increase your wealth and abundance, whatever that is, whatever it looks like, you're not doing anything wrong, and you're not like, it's not like you're not doing enough. I think you're just simply reprogramming your mindset and your belief around your money the money relationship you have with money, and what it means to be abundant, what it feels like, and what does your day and life look like when you feel really abundant by nature. And then that just allows you to take the actionable steps towards materially building abundance, building wealth in your life. You're your own worst critic here. You're really getting in your own way. That's probably the only thing that's really getting in the way of you actually succeeding and being wealthy financially. But you are taking action. You are making things happen. Like we have the world here under the King of Pentacles. Like you know who you are and what you have, and you're taking all the necessary steps. I think it's just a matter of like, it's just a matter of you just keep holding the faith. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, King of Cups. Sorry, I didn't say it out loud. I was just asking any guidance here. I think that the guidance here is for you to really be honest and true with yourself, to not get hung up on what something looks like, what anyone else says it looks like, doing what feels right for you, because that's going to allow you to really step into authenticity and being really honest with yourself about what matters the most, what deserves your time and energy. I think just being really, really honest with your heart. I think you are doing that, but I think that is just the guidance, is take that time to reflect on like the beautiful, abundant energy that you already are like able to create for yourself. Interesting. Ten of Swords. I don't know why I was just kind of getting a feeling. How do I put this into words? You might be getting, I don't want to say it like this, but like I'm hearing like putting a stop, it sounds terrible. Like easing up on how emotionally reactive you might get towards being hard on yourself and what you feel like you're not seeing when you are working towards this abundance. Like there's something here where you might be, like I said, being critically hard on yourself, beating yourself up, feeling like you're not good enough or you're not doing enough. That showcases how abundant you are, and that's based on what you think everyone says abundance looks like. I think that there needs to be this, like, you need to like cut it out. We all do it. Everybody is guilty of doing this, but I think the guidance here is like, you know, look at yourself. You are extremely abundant. You are extremely loving and generous and kind, and you have so much to offer this world. You are so emotionally rich. Like, being in tune with your emotions is so powerful. Not everybody is in tune with their emotions. Not everybody is in tune with who they are. And there is some sort of level, there's a level of criticality here that you are like putting on yourself with regards to how you feel about what this is and how it's panning out for you. And I think that there's a guidance here around like just cut it out. Like, I know that's such a poor way of saying it, is just know that every time you catch yourself criticizing yourself or being upset or disappointed that you're not doing more, and maybe you're emotionally reactive or sensitive to what's actually happening in your life, try to work on refocusing and reprogramming your mind on how you respond to things. I'm not saying that you're emotionally unstable here. That's not at all what's happening. It's just your emotional reaction to what is happening in your mind. And I think that it's not actually happening outside of you, whatever is going on. There's really nothing that's giving you something to be emotionally reactive to, but I think it's all happening in your mind. And I think that the guidance here is for you to catch yourself in those moments to say, whoa, nothing is actually happening that I should feel worried or unsafe. I am doing everything necessary to work towards this abundance, to work towards building wealth, to being successful, to feeling really good. And by comparing myself to everybody else, to everyone else's journey, is not going to get me anywhere. And when I do that, I get really emotional and reactive and upset that maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I'm not doing enough, and I'm not where I should be at this point. Bullshit. I think that there is just a guidance here of you catching yourself in those moments when you do, and being really compassionate with yourself, and know that you are doing everything possible, everything that you can, that is within your power, that is within your energy levels, to work towards this beautiful, beautiful energy. It does feel like you're building financial wealth for yourself, or you're working towards doing that. Yes. Yep, that's the message. The transmission just stopped. Okay. I'm going to leave that message there. I really hope that this message resonated for some of you, all of you, or at least one of you. And if it did, please give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below how it resonated for you. And if you haven't yet, please do hit the subscribe button, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And until next time, thanks for watching.